Hello guys, so welcome back to today mathematics class. So let's solve this question that was be given or the ratio. So the question is if s ratio y equal to 3 ratio 2 and y ratio z is equal to 5 ratio 4, find the value of s in a ratio of s ratio y and ratio z. We have the option A, B, C, D. Now how do you solve this question if you are seeing this question the first time? So let's start to the step by step to solve this question. So let's look at the solution together. So let me take this thing, is very small. Let me increase it. So the first step you have to do here, so let me write in the given ratio outside. So the first ratio is equal to s ratio of y, and they say it's equal to 3 ratio of 2. That's the first statement here. And we also give another equation, another ratio, that is y ratio over z equal to 5 ratio of 4. Now the next way, if you still remember, when you have a ratio of a ratio b, is the same thing as written as a divided by b is the same thing. So therefore it means that the first is for given ratio that can be expressed in form of this, and the second given ratio can also be expressed in form of this. So let's move to the next step. Let's express this ratio in a division form. So the first one here, we have our s, okay, s ratio divided by y. That's the same thing as a ratio equal to the same thing applicable here, 3 divided by 2. So let's call this one as an equation 1. So the second ratio here is called y, that is y ratio of z, okay, ratio of z divided by, that is just 5 divided by 4. I get that. So let's call this one equation 2. Now if you should look at this one, y is we have y here in both equation, the equation 1 and equation 2, something is common there, y is common. We have to find y here, we find y here. Okay, so the next step here, you can say y is common to both sides. You can make y sort of formula for equation 1 and make y sort of formula for equation 2 to make it easy. Then you can substitute it. Okay, now let's solve for the equation 1. Let's make y the sort of formula here. If you make y sort of formula here, what you just have to do here, equals multiply. So when you multiply, this will multiply by this and this multiply by this, right? So it will be equal to, that's when you multiply here, you want to make y that be equal to, that is a 2 or 2s equal to, let's sign this, that's equal to 3 or 3y. Now I want to make y sort of formula. So when you're making y sort of formula here, you divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is what, 3. So divide both sides by 3, we divide both sides by 3. So this 3 cancel this 3 here. So we write our y now is equal to, that is 2s over 3. So that will mean that, let me call this one equation 3. Okay, let me call it equation 3. Now the same thing applicable to this equation 2 here, you can also make y the subject of formula. You know, the same thing we applicable here, you can multiply. So when you can multiply this time, this step equal to, okay, let me try to read this one out. Let me try to read this place out. So we have this and this, that is equal to 4y, okay, equal to, that is z times 5, that's equal to 5z. I get now. Now to make y sort of formula, divide both side by 4. So divide both side by 4, divide this one by 4. So this 4, we count this 4 here. So we have a y now is equal to, that is 5z over 4. Now you can include, let's call this one equation 4. So from this equation 3, we have a y is equal to 2s over 3, and we have a y, or the equation 4, we have y is equal to 5s over 4. Now you can equate equation 3, you can equate this together. Okay, you can equate this one, equation 3 is equal to equation 4 here. So when you equate it, the next step is to equate it. So when you equate it, now it will be equal to the y in equation 3 is equal to 2s, that is 2s over 3 equal to equation 4, that is equal to 5 or 5z over y. Now we are working towards s. And working towards s. So what you do now is to make your s instead of formula. Okay, you know, s is attached to 2 over 3. Now you divide both sides to get the value of s, and now you have to divide both sides by the inverse of the coefficient of s. The coefficient of s here is 2 over 3. So when you divide both sides by the inverse of the coefficient of s, that means that inverse of the coefficient of s, inverse of 2 over 3, it means that 3, if you want to find inverse of a number, okay, that is 2 over 3. The inverse of 2 over 3 is equal to, that is 3 over 2. That is the inverse. They must be, after multiplying together, it must be equal to 1. I get now. So the inverse is equal to 3 over 2. So it means that we have multiplied both sides. We have multiplied this side, we have multiplied this side by 3 over 2, we have multiplied both sides by 3 over 2. Because of the question we are working towards s, we have to multiply both sides by the coefficient of this s, okay, by the inverse of this coefficient of this s. I get now. So when this one multiplied by this, that will be equal to, that is 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 3 else, okay, equal to, there's a 3 over 2 multiplied by, that is 5z over 4. So here this 3 we cancel this 3 here, and this 2 we cancel this 2 here, so it remains our s equal to, so s will be equal to, so in this part now what to beat each other, so this will multiply this and this will multiply this, okay. 5 times 2 3 times 5z, that's equal to what, 5, that is 15 what z, so divided by 2 times 8, 2 times 4, that is equal to 8. So take that, this way doesn't want to contain it again. So that will be equal to 8. So we have 8 here. Now to get the real value of s here, you know, here we have z here. We're told to find the ratio of s, y, and z, and we have s and z here. So in this place, we can make it easy by divide both sides by, we get the value of s, we have divide both sides by what? By z. When you divide both sides by z here, so this one, because let me try to create a space here, so we can, let me try to create a space here. Okay, so let me try to roll this one down. So when you divide both sides by z here, so this one will be divided by z. Let me say we have divided both sides by what? By z. We have divided both sides by dz. Divided by z. I get now. So this one now becomes, let me try to read this one out to avoid mistake. So we have our s now is a s over z, okay, that will equal to this z here. We cancel this z here, so it's equal to, that is 15 over 15 over 8. I get now. So with what we have here now, if we have a s, a ratio b is equal to a over b. So the same thing we have here when we are given the question. We are given the question that we have a s ratio y is equal to, s ratio y is equal to 3 ratio 5, and if you have it and apply it in division mode, that s equal to ratio y is equal to 3 over 2. So that means our s is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2 here. So the same thing applicable to this part. It means that our y is equal to 15 and z is equal to 8 here. So simply, therefore, that will be equal to, our value of our y is equal to, if I should write this one in ratio form, it will be equal to our s ratio of z is equal to, that is 50 ratio of 8. So we have 8 here. Now the next thing you have to do here now, this our s is the same thing that is equal to 15 and z is equal to of 8. So therefore our s now is equal to 50. So that is answer is equal to 50. So if you look at the option we are given, if you look at the option that we are given, the option is option C. So C is equal to S, C is equal to 15. So the option to this question is equal to 15. So thank you for watching. So let's meet to the next question and the next interesting mathematics class. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us and share with your friend. God bless you.